Steve, some 15 years into this sort of cloud revolution, what we're finding is that the old idea of getting value by simple cost reduction is not really what cloud is all about. It's all about delivering value from innovation and optimization. So when people talk to you about moving to the cloud or what they expect to get from the cloud, what do you think they're trying to achieve?
If you go back several years, you probably find that most of the customers that were migrating their SAP workloads onto AWS adopted what we would call a lift and shift strategy. So they were looking for improved performance. They were looking for moving out of the traditional lock-in in the on-prem data centers. They were also looking to generate cost savings, normally 30% or in excess of that number. So many of the customers that migrated lift and shift onto the AWS cloud platform for SAP have adopted new services. So particularly in the areas of data and analytics, AI, ML, these services are already available on the AWS cloud. You don't have to acquire software. You don't have long procurement and development cycles to deliver real-time business value.
So one of the topics we've been discussing over these SAP chats is the move to S4HANA. And one of the themes that's sort of come up is moving to S4HANA does not always deliver business benefit. What does that mean to you, Steve, when you talk about beyond the core?
Obviously, a core component of customers that were already running SAP, if not already, will be considering their move to S4HANA, certainly before 2027. In doing that, we have to recognize that the S4 business model is significantly different to, let's say, classic SAP.
Mm-hmm.
There are a number of core components that are wrapped into the central release. So components like APO, SRM are now part of the core offering. But key point here is customers don't just use SAP data and systems and applications. They have a much broader set of applications that they need to bring together. So what you find is that when you actually take a step back and you paint a broader picture of this, SAP sits in the middle of this offering, and surrounding it are other value-added services. So those could be software as a service, but also there are multiple ways and multiple levels of extracting data from SAP and these other systems in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And getting that data accessed, getting it into a digital platform is what Beyond is all about, really. It is about enabling that speed to deliver an all-encompassing digital platform for a customer. And each customer's digital platform is going to be different. There are going to be some commonalities, of course, but every customer will have a different data catalog, a different design set of parameters that they want to bring to this. And that's really what Beyond is all about. It's about keeping the core clean, but also being able to access data, not just data, but apply additional services like AI, ML.
In terms of what AWS have done or what you've seen some of your customers do, is there some sort of specific examples of where you have used AWS to accelerate the pace of change?
Yeah, there's quite a few examples, Ian, and I can think of a number of enterprise customers. As I say, they probably originally fell into that category of moving to the cloud to increase their performance, move away from traditional IT platforms, but then they've, in many cases, and in one particular case, a European online retailer, they are now running 36 separate different AWS services, and they have completely transformed their business analytics approach by doing that. They've completely transformed the way the business operates. You know, customers don't always have flat demand cycles. They have peaks of demand, and that's where the AWS cloud comes into its own, really, because you can manage against those peaks of demand.
Yeah.
And you don't get the same bottlenecks in terms of, you know, order processing, other processing events that can cause a delay to the business. They are mitigated by using the almost instantaneous scalability of the AWS cloud.
Last question, Steve, would be if you know, if somebody out there, if an organization out there was either at the start of this journey or about to or have made the move but don't quite know what to do next, what advice would you give an organization?
I think the most important thing is to plan your journey to the cloud, Ian. Plan it from start to finish. So that's not just the initial move to the cloud, which obviously, you know, migrating SAP can be a complex business and requires, as we all know, a lot of preparation and time. But plan beyond that. What underpins a successful move to the cloud is a multifaceted plan. And that includes, as I say, adopting some of the wide-ranging services that you've already pointed out that are available from AWS to drive real business performance, not just the traditional requirements of, you know, scalability, accessibility, availability, and security, which you take as written by moving to the AWS cloud, but explore those additional services that are going to drive real long-term business benefit.
Steve, as ever, great to chat to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thanks, Ian. Really appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.